So how did 10.4c go? Huh? Hopefully well. So now we're going to add another step when we talk about 10.4d. Again, so hopefully you've watched these videos already, but haven't done those two questions. I just want to kind of review some stuff because this is where I really just need you to hang in there with me. I feel like I need this page to be longer, so I'm going to end up like kind of taping this page to the bottom and folding this whole thing up. But this is just another piece of paper, and I'm going to start, because I don't want it to be like on the next page. I want it to be a part of this. So I'm going to make it like a super long fold out page. So yeah, so I'm going to write it over here so you can see it and that we can refer to the steps that we've already written, and I'll show you at the end how I'm going to put it in here. Okay, 10.4d, we are going to add another step. And again, hopefully you watched those videos, but basically in this, we're not only going to be moving terms around. Now we are going to, so this is 10.4d, we're going to distribute and combine like terms before we then move terms around, and then before we do these four things. Again, we're building on what we already know. You guys stick with me. If you remember from back in the day, I wonder how fast I could find it. If you've been in my math class before, you've kind of got some information on solving linear equations. I don't think that we did this. Did we? We talk about review of solving systems of equations. We haven't really talked about this. So this is from a journal from my Math 56 class when I taught it. So if you have this just sort of is how to solve those multi-step equations, which is what we're doing, what we're kind of encountering. So we're going to distribute and find like terms, and then we're going to do PEMDAS backwards. So this is all that we're kind of doing here. We're solving the multi-step equation first. I'll put this up in Canvas if you want to look at this, because we haven't done this guy for this class, but if you want to kind of look at the notes. But yeah, so I'm going to distribute, combine like terms, and then I'm going to move some stuff around, and then I'm going to factor the trinomial, set it equal to 0, solve, and enter it into WAMAP. Whew. We can do this though. I'm telling you, we've learned it step by step, and you've got this information. I promise you. So the first thing I want to do is distribute that 2x back out. So 2x times 3x is 6x squared. 2x times 4 is going to be 8x. That equals, at this point, 3x plus 4. So then now I'm going to do this thing where I'm going to move, that should be a 4. I'm going to move my terms around so that over here, all that I've got left is 0. And then over here, I have 6x squared. Now these guys I can combine. So what's positive 8 minus 3? That's going to be positive 5x. And then the minus 4 comes right there. Now I'm going to factor this trinomial. Now what do you notice? That x squared out there has a coefficient. And like I said, I love my little slip and slide method. So I'm going to refer back to my page 19, because again, I don't like how they show it in WAMAP. I'm going to take that 6, I'm going to times it by the 4. So now that's 24. It stays negative because a positive times a negative is a negative. That's going to stay the same, and I'm going to just have x squared now, okay? I'm going to factor that. So I'm looking for something, where are my notes here? I'm looking for something that multiplies to get 24, but adds or subtract, there's a difference of 5, or they add together to be 5. So 1 times 24, right? 2 times 12, that's not it. 3 times 8, 4 times 6, 3 times 8. That's it right there. Okay, so I've got my x's, and then so I've got a plus and a negative. I've got a plus right here, so my bigger number is going to be positive. Smaller number will be negative. Positive 8 times negative 3 will be negative 24, so that's good. Okay, and so then I slid this 6 over. Now I need to bring it back. Okay? So, and then I want to reduce these fractions that I just made. So that's going to be 4 over 3. And then this is going to be, oops, let me write that over just a little bit more. Minus, that's going to be 1/2. And then I don't have to do all of this part, right? Because I just want to set these guys equal to 0. So x is going to equal a negative 4/3, and x is going to equal a positive 1/2. And those are my 2 answers. So, to refer back, right? What we added was the ability to distribute and combine like terms, like solve the multi-step equation kind of thing. Okay, you got this. You can do this. We are over halfway through. Yeah, oh my gosh, I think we just have one little section left. So go back, do 10.4D, okay? Do those 2 questions. You guys have got this. Watch the videos for 10.4E, and then come on back, and we will talk, we'll put some notes about 10.4E in there. So that's, yeah, GCFs. Okay. And we have 2 sections left. That's okay, though. That's okay. You got this. We're over halfway. I promise you. Okay. Be successful. You got this.